Hello again, Epistemology and Worldview, and welcome to week 7 of the course. We are nearing the end of the course, and so we are going to start moving towards wrapping everything up and bringing everything together in your culminating assignments. Just a heads up that next week, your critical assignment paper will be due on Wednesday. Okay, so make sure that you're aware of that now, that you don't have until Sunday. The course ends on Friday and Wednesday is the due date for that, okay? So continuing from what we were looking at last week, we are going to again look at the same concepts as we, this is a big one. This is something that needs time to really understand from a biblical worldview so that we can make sure that we're responding to these things in our culture and in the world at large from a proper biblical standpoint. So we have to describe a sociological understanding of racism. We started doing that last week. We'll be continuing doing that into this week, and then again applying the doctrine of the image of God to racism. In other words, why this has no place in a truly biblical worldview and a proper biblical worldview. So these are the same objectives that we're looking at this week as we were last week. And so your reading builds off of last week. You have Piper chapter 11, and also read the appendix 4 for Piper as well. Strachan chapters 5 and 7, and then Keller, as you work towards the end of this text as well, chapters 11 through 16. Okay, and so you saw this list last week. You were to choose 3 of these. And this week, you're going to do the same thing, except you're going to choose 3 different ones. You're going to do the same thing, but you're going to choose 3 additional resources that you did not choose last week as part of your video content. These aren't technically video, or all of them aren't video, but that's the place that they're taking for this week. So you'll choose 3 of these. And again, not the 3 that you chose last week, okay? And all of that's going to culminate this week into your discussion board. So remember, after you've done the reading for this week, after you've done the scripture reading for this week that's listed, you'll then go in and keeping this quote here in mind, you're going to answer these following questions about Paul and his engagement in Athens. We're going to look at Paul as an example about how to respond to a culture that, to be honest, was very similar to ours in many ways, though it was a time, a long time ago, of a time in antiquity. At the same time, there was a lot of things about Rome that very much mirror our culture today. So there is a lot of parallels as we use Paul as our example to answer these questions this week. So remember that your post is due by Thursday. Your replies are due by Sunday. Make sure that you're meeting that word requirement, and also make sure you're incorporating all of these questions in there. If you want to make sure that you're scoring full points on it, a full point post is one that addresses all of these questions with detail. It cites from the reading from the week. It posts on time. It makes sure that it's at least 250 to 300 words, and replies to at least 2 of your classmates on time, okay? So just to help you out a little bit, making sure that you're getting full points on those discussion boards. And if you need anything, if you have any questions, as usual, please let me know. Keep a lookout for the course survey that's going to be coming out, because there's a little bit of an extra credit opportunity that will come about with that. So I'll be posting on that shortly. So just keep a lookout for that. Keep up the great work. Week 7. Next week is week 8. I will see all of you guys next week.